Hello, YouTube! It's me, your boy B3, back another kicking vlog, motherfucker. So we've been vlogging a lot about Godzilla lately. Like, a lot. We've been talking about Godzilla and how he should be and how his movie should go, and other monsters who should get solo films as well. And today's monster that we're talking about is Anguirus, a fan favorite. Yes, he's not one of Toho's top 5, but if I had to place Anguirus' popularity in the Godzilla fandom, I would probably say it's number 6 or 7. Lots of people grew up with Anguirus. I grew up with Anguirus. Anguirus has a special place in my heart. He's a believable monster, you know. Big old mutated dinosaur, you know. Classic. Really the same exact origin as Godzilla. I mean, in Gigantus the Fire Monster, aka Godzilla Raids Again, they had the exact same origin. So, yeah, and it's the same origin that was in the 2014 Godzilla film also. Now, should Anguirus have a solo film? Not entirely sure. To be completely honest, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think Toho would be willing to give him one. That hasn't stopped me from arguing that we should have solo films before, because I have argued that Gorosaurus and King Caesar should have solo films. Please check those vlogs out. I think they're pretty good. Not to tug my own dick, but I think they're pretty good. And I could make the case for Anguirus, once again, because he's popular, as I said. But Toho doesn't really see him that way. He doesn't see him the way that the hardcore fans do. The casual fans, I feel like, don't appreciate Anguirus enough. Because he was supposed to be in Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. And then he was not. They did not think audiences would respond well enough to Anguirus, so they replaced him with Mothra. Same with Varan and King Ghidorah. They only left Baragon in because they thought women would find him cute and it would attract more women to the theater. So they cut Anguirus out. And he wouldn't have appeared in the Millennium series at all if it weren't for Final Wars trying to get all the monsters they could in there. And he wasn't in the Heisei series at all, even though he definitely deserved to be. So do I think they will give Anguirus a solo film? No, I don't. I don't think he's going to get one. I don't think he's going to get one. Do I think he deserves one? Probably. After the way they've been treating him the past few decades? Yeah. He deserves one. Just look at the fan favorite comic where he beats Destroya. Godzilla Legends #1. Fans love that comic. Fans love Anguirus. But I personally am not sure what makes Anguirus special. I phrased that the wrong way. Anguirus is a mutated dinosaur, which is the origin for a plethora of Godzilla monsters. There's nothing that really sets Anguirus apart other than being on all fours and being known as Godzilla's pal. He's just another mutated dinosaur to most of the world, you know? So what can we do with that? Well, I had an idea back in the Mechagodzilla video. I said that there should be a film where perhaps an underground ecosystem or an island, my main one was an island that's floating towards Japan and is going to crash into Japan's shores, and then there's a bunch of monsters on the island and they're going to infest Japan if they aren't destroyed. And then Mechagodzilla, who has been repaired and upgraded from a previous Godzilla movie where he fought Godzilla, is sent out to destroy all the monsters on that island. Well, I said that the island should be full of original monsters. And I also said there should be a big boss monster that Mechagodzilla fights at the end of the film. A monster that seems to have the respect of all the other monsters on the island, and they kind of answer to that monster. A king of the island of sorts. And I said the king of the island should be Anguirus. Anguirus deserves that spotlight, he deserves that respect, and he would be a recognizable character. There's so many people that grew up with Anguirus. He would be recognizable in a Mechagodzilla solo film as the antagonist. And I think it would work. We're used to seeing him as a bit more of a lovable character, but he was a destructive force of nature in his first appearance, and he could easily be that again. And I think it would work very well. Obviously, that role could easily be filled by Baragon or someone else, but Baragon, Manda, Varan, Gorosaurus, these monsters aren't popular enough to fill that role, I think. They're not as popular as Anguirus. He's the best choice out of all those Earth monsters. Of course, Rodan would be much more popular, but Rodan will probably have his own solo film. Hell, Varan might even get his own solo film if you can jerk the Toho executives off enough. I mean, I mostly just have fingers crossed for Varan because he's my favorite Godzilla monster. But Rodan's probably definitely gonna have a solo film. And Anguirus probably won't. So that's why I think Anguirus should be an antagonist in someone else's solo film. Maybe at the end of the film, it can look like Mechagodzilla defeated him. He falls into the ocean, and then maybe an after-credit scene or something where he rises up onto the shores of Japan or Monster Island or something, so that way we can still have Anguirus in the cinematic universe. An injured Anguirus rises up onto shore. So Mechagodzilla stopped the island, destroyed all the monsters, but Anguirus survived because he has more marquee value. Not too much marquee value, but enough to keep alive, I think. Because I fucking love Anguirus. That's it. That is my argument for Anguirus in the upcoming 2020, or post-2020, I suppose, Toho Japan Godzilla Cinematic Universe. So let me know what you think. Do you think Anguirus deserves a solo film? I think he deserves one, but I don't think he's going to get one. But I think he should definitely 100% be in the universe. There's no excuse to not have him in the universe, I feel like. He's beautiful and perfect, and I love him. And we need him. We really do. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I will be seeing you all later.